So I'm cutting a sweet potato into French fries here. And, a lot of people, they use their vegetable peeler when they do this, and probably would save more potato if I did that, but didn't feel like getting it out of the drawer, so I'm not doing that. But, whatever. It's a sweet potato. Not like I'm spending a lot of money on it, and I think I'm doing a pretty decent job cutting the ends of it, using most of the sweet potato. Yeah, it's a pretty decently peeled sweet potato. I cut it in half and then I just go around the sides of it. So I skipped ahead in the video and got some water to put the French fries in and release the starch. Sweet potato has a lot of starch. People on the internet, they say to do this for about an hour. I don't do that usually. Not because I don't think they're right. They probably are right, but just got time for that. I had a full work day and I'm just making French fries after work. So, I do about 10 minutes maybe. I don't really think about it. I just kind of do the amount of time that makes sense. And so I'm slicing the French fries. They're kind of short French fries, but honestly, they cook a little better like that, especially in the air fryer, which is what I'm going to use. So I'm slicing the French fries, but I like sweet potato fries. They're good. Now I got chicken. Skip ahead a little bit more. Taking the skin off the chicken. I'm using chicken thighs, not because I think chicken thighs are the ideal chicken for chicken schnitzel, but just because I wanted to use thighs for tomorrow's dinner. So basically recycling them, like keeping the skin for tomorrow, and I've got my boning knife there, and I'm taking the bone out of the thighs. I'm just doing 2 thighs because it's just me and my wife. Don't really need that much chicken. I'm using the dull end of the knife right now to kind of push the chicken off the meat. And there's a little bit of that cartilage there, so I'm cutting it right out. There we go. And there goes the cartilage. Cool. That's one chicken thigh with a little bit of fat still on it. There we go. And then the next one, taking the bone out, kind of just scoop it underneath that bone. And just like that. Now I'm gonna do the same thing and just kind of push down with the back of the knife. There we go. Yeah, just pushing it down. Using the back of the knife kind of keeps most of the meat intact. Cut out the cartilage. There you go. 2 chicken thighs. So I skipped ahead a little more. Got my flour on the right there, and I'm mixing some eggs. Got 2 chicken thighs right there. And now I'm using breadcrumbs. I never remember to put enough breadcrumbs in there. I don't know why. And that's merken. That's it's like a dried pepper from Chile. Really good. Toasted. So you got to put sesame seeds in your schnitzel. I mean, if you're not, what are you doing? Some pepper, salt. Mix that all up. Nice and good. All right. Now I'm getting my hammer out. There we go. Now, people on the internet say to use plastic wrap, and if you use plastic wrap, you're less likely to tear up your chicken. But what I've found is that if you, instead of just hammering up, down, if you kind of do like a full motion where you're kind of just pushing the knife forward or backwards, doesn't really matter, so it's not changing directions, the chicken doesn't really tear. So, I mean, look at it, it's pretty intact, and I'm getting it pretty thin. You gotta remember, this is a chicken thigh, so it's not gonna get as big as a breast will. Breast will get that nice, giant look for your schnitzel, but, while the chicken thigh is smaller, it's gonna be juicier, so that is something to be excited about. So I'm dipping it in the flour, using my left hand for the flour. Now I'm grabbing another one, because I don't want to go back and forth. I hate getting flour and egg all over my hands. So left hand, now using the right hand for the egg. Mixing it around, dipping in the breadcrumbs, all right. and putting some breadcrumbs on top, and that's when I realized I had not put enough breadcrumbs in the bowl. Definitely not enough breadcrumbs in that bowl, but you know, whatever. Now I've forgotten about which hand's which because I don't really care at this point. Get all the egg all over it. What's left of the breadcrumbs there. There we go. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of breadcrumbs after washing my hands quickly because they're all goopy and gross, and I didn't skip the video here because I forgot, but adding the breadcrumbs. I think I added a little bit of seasoning too, but I cut that part of the video out by accident, but that's okay. You don't care. Now we're back to the French fries. I'm adding some, what am I adding to it? Looks like I'm adding salt. Okay, that's salt. And that is pepper. And I think this was when I realized my pepper grinder was running really low, so I got some more peppercorns and poured it back into the grinder. And there we go, more pepper. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, I think the camera fell over. I'm adding some merken. Oh wait, no, that was oregano. Now I'm adding merken. No, that was garlic. Or no, that was onion powder, that's right. And where's that merken? Oh, there it was. Okay, olive oil. You mix it up. Gotta get that oil on it so it cooks nicely. I think I put a little bit too much oil for it because I'm air frying it. If I was cooking this in the oven, I don't think it would have mattered as much. But for the air fryer, you really don't need that much oil, and it's not really gonna cook like it would if you were frying it in like a pan or a deep fryer. But it's easier, so like that's primarily why I do it, because you know it's a school night. You know, I got work tomorrow. But yeah, spreading it across the sheet for the air fryer. Washing my hands. I like to wash my hands. And popping it in. All right. And it's at 425, set for 23 minutes. Now I'm making some salad dressing. That's a nice red wine vinegar I got from France. Not like actually from France. I ordered it on the internet. Some olive oil. And this is when I realized I was running pretty low on mustard. But, you know, now going back. That's basically it. I added some salt and pepper at the end, I think, but just mix it up. Pretty simple dressing. I you know, honestly, I make like the same dressing almost every day. I just mix it up slightly. Like the mustard is the mix up, but the vinegars I like to change up too. But it's just, you know, vinegar and olive oil goes a pretty long way. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I don't think I needed to, but whatever. And I forgot to film the beginning of me putting stuff in these pots, but that one I'm mixing right now is it's just mayonnaise and ketchup for the French fries. And I was thinking like a Russian sauce, but for a real Russian sauce, I'd have to mash up some onions, and I had onions, I just didn't feel like it, so I put a little bit of Worcester sauce, which would go in a white Russian sauce, but without the onions, it's not really the same. I tasted it, and yeah, I wasn't really that into it, so I brought out one of my magical ingredients to fix it, and that's Crystal hot sauce. I love me some Crystal hot sauce, and it was good. Yeah, it came out pretty good. I think I needed a little more. It's all good. And then for my wife, doesn't really like ketchup. Got a little more Dukes because we were running low on mayonnaise in the last bottle. You didn't see me using it. And I got some, where is it? Oh, mustard. There we go. Mustard and mayo. And it was running like super low. Yeah, squeezed some out, but it was honestly not enough. So here's me mixing it, hoping it's enough. But nope, definitely that just tastes like mayonnaise with a little bit of mustard. So I took out this really nice honey mustard that I got in Brazil, and I put some in, and honestly, like, I would have had to put a lot to really make it stand out in that mayonnaise. So I went back to the mustard. This is the highlight of my evening right here, guys. Go back to the mustard. There we go. And I use the bottom of the spoon. I scoop that mustard out. And guys, don't worry. I know you're all hanging at the edge of your seats if you're actually watching this video for whatever reason, but it actually was enough mustard. Thank God. And so here's the chicken, goes into the frying pan. I've tried air frying it. Honestly, it's just not really that great. You'll see the French fries when they're done. They're nice and they're good, but some things are just better in the air fryer. And honestly, the fries would also have been better if I cooked it this way, but I don't like, the fries are fine. The chicken's just kind of sad when you air fry it. So yeah, it's frying. That's chicken in a frying pan. You really don't need a lot of oil, just enough to cover it like right up to the edges. And it should be thin enough because you've hammered it. That's not really that much oil. I use vegetable oil. I've skipped ahead also a couple of times in this portion of the clip rather than making you watch the whole time. So if you notice it's skipping like right there, that was it skipping. It was actually the second time it skipped. If you didn't notice the first time, there it just skipped again. Don't worry, we're almost at the end of this video. Not sure why you're still here, but appreciate you. Look at that chicken. Look at that gold color. Almost done. Yep, and then I put it on paper towels to catch the oil. Just let it rest there for like a moment while I'm finishing up the rest of the dinner prep. And there we go. You got your French fries, got the salad, got the dipping sauces. Bon appetit.